All right, y'all, now we're taking frozen blueberries into baked goods for science. I wanna show y'all why we wanna use frozen blueberries over fresh when we do our quick batters. Let me show you through this blueberry lemon pound cake. So first up, you can see that these two blueberry lemon pound cakes are distinctly different in visuals. And we're using frozen blueberries in this one and fresh blueberries in this one. And as you can see on the fresh blueberries tend to sink. They don't really disperse as well in quick batters. When you use frozen blueberries, when you add them as frozen, it actually locks itself into the batter by kind of freezing a little layer of the batter around the blueberry itself. Thus, the blueberries stay floating and more dispersed throughout. So let's cut both open and just see how they compare, because I can definitely tell that the top one of this fresh blueberry application is not as vibrant as this version that uses frozen blueberries when baking. So as you can see, the blueberries here didn't quite disperse throughout, even though I mixed it quite well, and they didn't bleed as much. Whereas in this frozen blueberry, I like the color bleed of the frozen blueberry as it bakes. It gives it a more premium look, and it really lets people know that blueberry is a prominent flavor in this pound cake. Let me share with you a little pastry secret when baking with blueberries. In any quick batter recipe, when you're using your leavening agent, you want to use baking powder instead of baking soda. And let me tell you why. So if you see this coffee cake that I baked right here, you'll see that there's kind of like this greenish hue, some green rings, it's a little bit of gray. This coffee cake was baked using baking soda. And what happens when you use baking soda and blueberries together in baked goods is it creates a chemical reaction. The natural acidity, that little bit of tanginess that we love in blueberries, reacts with the baking soda and creates this off color. So what you want to use instead in quick batters as a leavening agent is baking powder. Baking powder does have a little bit of baking soda, but it's also mixed with cream of tartar and sometimes cornstarch. And the combination of these ingredients together keeps the blueberries a really nice purple, light blue hue in your baked goods that I think looks much more appealing. People eat with their eyes first. So which would you rather eat? Would you rather have this blueberry crumb cake that has this light purple, some hues of blue, that's just stunning to look at? Or would you rather see these green rings and slightly grayish? I know, hands down, every time, I'm gonna choose this one more. And so if you ever see a baked recipe using blueberries that calls for baking soda, you can actually substitute it. So 3 parts baking powder to 1 part baking soda. So thanks for joining me and talking a little bit of science and nerding out with me when it comes to blueberries and baked goods.